Hi, I'm Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and I send my greetings to all of you at Standing Rock. I have many, many friends on the reservation and all across Indian country that I've been working with for 3 decades on environmental issues and human rights and civil rights issues. I want to first express my regret that I'm not there today. I had hoped to be with you, standing shoulder to shoulder to fight the Dakota pipeline. I couldn't be there because of a prior commitment that I could not get out of, but I wish all of you luck, and I want to express my gratitude for the sacrifices you're making on behalf of all Americans and all of the people of the planet by opposing this pipeline. I want to make a few comments to put in context this particular battle. In addition to being an environmental advocate for the past 3 decades, I've also spent the last decade working as an energy entrepreneur in the renewable energy space. So some of my companies, the companies that I've been involved with, have been part of the construction or are the direct owners of the two biggest solar plants in North America and the biggest wind farm in North America, as well as many, many other renewable energy projects. So I know what the cost of renewable energy is, and I can tell you for our Mojave project, the cost was about $2.2 billion a gigawatt to build a solar plant. Well, today, in contrast, the cost of building a natural gas plant is about $3 billion a gigawatt. The cost of building a coal plant is about $3 billion a gigawatt, and an oil plant the same. The cost of building a nuclear power plant is $15 billion a gigawatt. We could make energy burning prime rib if we wanted to. But why would we choose the most expensive product that there is? And of course, once you build a coal plant, or once you build a gas plant, or an oil plant, the big costs are just beginning because now you have to pay the fuel costs. But once you build our plant for much, much less money, a renewable solar or wind plant, the energy is free forever because the photons are hitting the earth every day for free. The sun is shining for free. The wind is blowing for free. Oh, and now the capital cost of harvesting those forms of energy has dropped to way below the cost of conventional incumbent carbon fuels. And the carbon industry knows that. The carbon titans, the carbon cronies are now mobilizing to protect their market share and to protect their profits. And the way they're doing that, first of all, they think we have $25 trillion of infrastructure in this country, and it's going to be hard for people to walk away from that. So inertia will keep us addicted to this archaic, outmoded energy source that has no economic rationale in a true free market anymore. The only way that they can hold on to their market share is through our reliance on their infrastructure, our addiction to their infrastructure. Well, the energy industry, the carbon industry, is scrambling as fast as it can to put more and more infrastructure on the books. And what happens when you build a pipeline? It doesn't just obligate the oil company, but many other important, powerful forces in the society are involved in the construction. It's funded by pension funds. It's funded by the big Wall Street financial houses. It's funded by the banks and other institutions that now are going to rely on the oil going through that pipeline over the next 20 or 30 years to pay back their initial investment. And that's why the oil industry today is scrambling to build so many of these pipelines, and to stop transmission lines from being constructed. And that's why over the past 10 years in this country, there's been 16,000 miles of gas and oil pipelines been constructed and only 600 miles of transmission lines. Why? Because transmission is the media for renewable energy. If we want to get renewable power to market, we need to build transmission lines. But the oil industry, the Koch brothers, and using political clout have made it very difficult to build transmission lines in this country, and very, very simple to build an oil pipeline. And they're trying to pave our country with pipelines and infrastructures to make sure that we can't switch away from their dirty, dangerous fuel. And they have designed the rules for energy in this country to favor, that have been written by the incumbents, to favor the dirtiest, filthiest, most poisonous, most destructive, most toxic, most addictive fuels from hell, rather than the cheap, clean, green, wholesome, and patriotic fuels from heaven. And what you are doing today to block this pipeline is not only a stand for future generations, but it's a stand for our country. And what they have to do is they have to destroy democracy, subvert democracy. They have to capture the agencies that are supposed to protect us from pollution. And that's what they've done to try to make this pipeline work. So you're fighting not just for environment, but for American values and for our democracy. And we all owe you a huge debt of gratitude. I will see you on the barricades. Thank you for your leadership in this big fist fight to save our planets from the apocalyptical forces of ignorance and greed. Thank you.